Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Optibotimus coming to you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new DC Collectibles The Riddler from their Batman animated series line. The new wave is out, and we're getting some really great characters in this new wave. Now for the package, you can see very similar to what we got before. You got the nice Batman animated kind of silhouette here in the background. The Riddler, number 14, come around to the back, and that same image kind of carries over here. Come around to the bottom. You can kind of see things that are in there, not really much. You can see that he's number 14 in this particular series, and you can see really nice collector-friendly package. You got a little hanging tag right here, which is kind of cool in case you want to display it on the wall. You got some air vents on the side, and I'm absolutely, I mean, the first couple of these figures really did blow my mind. I mean, the Batman, Two-Face, Catwoman, Joker, all of them were really very well done. Now, there were some quality control problems, but DC Collectibles has gone back and actually fixed a lot of them, and that's why a lot of these figures have been delayed, because they wanted to make sure that they got these figures just right. But for the packaging, that's about it for it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have the Riddler open up and out of its packaging. And again, DC Collectibles has done a really great job of taking that two-dimensional image on screen and giving us a three-dimensional toy. I mean, this is absolutely terrific and really nails that design and look from the actual cartoon. Now, starting off with his accessories first, in addition to the hands that are currently on him, I mean, he's got a both right and left hand that are in the little claw sort of pose. As you can see, I have the left one holding this cane, so you do have a right and left one for that. You also have a right and left one that is a little bit more closed of a grasp, kind of designed to hold smaller accessories, which I'll show you here in a little bit. And then he comes with a both right and left fisted hand, that if you want him punching Batman, you can do that. Now, a couple things, well, he also does come with his cane right here, which is very simple, very nice. You got the little gray top section and then the black down here. But I want to talk about something here. Now, specifically, on the package itself, you can see that it says that he comes with 16 pieces, which to me is kind of strange. So you do get these. So just adding some pieces here, you got 4 right here. You got 5 with this cane. You have the Wacko Toys setup, which is specific to the episode that this is meant to kind of represent. And then this piece right here does detach, so you can have this. And this is what I was kind of talking about with the smaller clenched hand. You can kind of wedge that in there, I guess, and have him hold that, although it doesn't really do a very good job of it. But if you get that in there, so you can kind of get him holding that like so. So you got 2 more pieces right here, and you can see that you got a little slot right here. That's the only one that does detach. All these other ones are glued to the actual display stand, so you do have that. Then you got these 2 additional hands right here, and you got the figure, so we're going to just set him there. Then you got the display stand with the adjustable cradle. You can see this nice turnaround right here with a couple different standing poses for him. Pretty straightforward and simple, and then you get the adjustable clear, I don't know, the pillar or something like that, so you can't even see it there. There we go, now you can see it. But again, talking about the accessories, and the package, like I said, specifically lists 16 accessories. So if we count these, we got 4 hands, a cane, which makes 5, you got this, 6, 7, put that back on there, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe the 13th being the actual figure, and these, like I said, these come out. So far we're up to 13 pieces, and that's it. Now, I don't know if they include the instructions as part of the pieces, but that makes 14 and 15. So I still don't know where they come up with the 16 pieces. But then you look at the actual instructions on the inside here, and it shows how to assemble all these. You can see that specifically here he's got a different kind of positioned hand. One of the hands that is not included, or a hand that is not included in the actual set. So I don't know if they intended for that to be part of it, and then they ended up cutting it. But then you also come to this piece right here, and I don't know if they include this as part of the accessories or not. One thing that I really like, other than him falling, one thing that I really do actually like on this is that they actually show you which episode that these figures are meant to kind of homage. Like, for example, you got Batman here with on leather wings, which is the first episode. This Riddler here is specifically tailored to the episode of Riddler's Reform, which was actually the last episode in the Batman animated series that the Riddler appeared. So it's really kind of strange. But, so I don't know if that's maybe something that got cut out. That's really kind of disappointing. And honestly, when you look at this, I really wish that there was a way that they included a hand where you could have him posing his cane kind of like that. That would be really very cool. As it is, you kind of now have to just slide it in his hand and have him holding it like this, which isn't necessarily bad, but I think that it would have been cool if you could have had that option where he's just standing there leaning on his cane. So that's a bit of a disappointment in my opinion. Now, for, like I said, the hands right here, you just take these, pull these out. Unfortunately, there are no hinges on this like a lot of the other figures, and then you just pop that in there, but you do have that nice rotation joint right there, so you can still pose that and everything like that. But the figure itself really is terrific. Like I said, they did a great job of capturing that likeness of Edward Nygma done up here as the Riddler. I mean, even to the point where he's got this really cool smirk on his face, and even still with that, you got the slight angle with the actual eye. I mean, that's really very, very cool looking. The paint detail on here is really very nice. It's pretty clean. There's a little thing right there. I don't know what that is. I don't really see a lot of paint slop or anything. Does his hat come off? No, his hat doesn't come off. Thought maybe that was the 16th piece, but that's not. I mean, you got the really nice tie with the question mark on there. Just very clean, very simple. And I'm still amazed with how tiny that the feet are, yet when you set it right there, you don't necessarily need the stand if you get it positioned just right. I'm having them lean, and like I've said many, many times, my table here is actually rounded, so it does make standing things a little bit more difficult. On a completely flat surface, this guy stands perfectly fine. But very tiny feet, and I'm impressed that they're able to get a very large torso on tiny feet to be able to stand pretty decently. Even if you couldn't, you do have the included display stand that it's still weird to me. You got this big giant thing that kind of hangs out here in the back, and then you got these little C-clips that just kind of rest. So you're basically just kind of stabilizing him on there, and it just completely disappears because of the light in the clear plastic. But they did a great job with this figure. Now for his articulation, you can see that the head is on a nice ball joint, so you get a nice full range of motion with that. The shoulders here are pin joints. They just rotate forward and back, in and out. And again, they did a really good job here of actually sculpting the jacket. This is a slightly softer rubber material, so you do get some flex in it. It doesn't allow for a huge range of articulation, but you can see that it just molds very nicely to the way the arms and the design actually are. The elbows move about 90 degrees, a little bit less than 90 degrees, but you also have a rotation right there, so you can bend it, rotate it around. The wrists do just rotate. There's no actual forward and back, but I don't mind that all that much. He rotates here at the waist, and honestly, maybe that's why they decided not to include, you know, that extra hand that allows you to bend it outward, because you would have to have that hinge on there to do it. So I don't know. It's something that I think is kind of weird. But so you do have that rotation at the waist. The hips here move forward, they move back, they move in and out, and on these really ugly joints how they do that. But the articulation is still there, and when you just have him standing there, it doesn't look all that bad. He bends here at the knee, then you come down to the foot, and those also do rotate, so you can position those how you see fit. This guy really is very fun, though. I mean, the Riddler is a great character, very iconic in the world of Batman, and honestly, I'm very happy to see that this guy came out looking as great as he does. I'm also really happy that they're giving us some big name villains right up front. You know, first we got, you know, Catwoman, we got Two-Face, we got the Joker, now we have the Riddler. In this wave, we also are getting the Penguin. So, I mean, a lot of heavy hitters in terms of bad guys in the world of Batman. And I couldn't be more thrilled. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So if you guys are interested in picking this guy up, he is available at various retail locations right now. You can check comic stores, things of that nature, or as always, there's Big Bad Toy Store. So all you have to do is click on the link down in the video description. You'll go to BBTS where you can check out availability on this guy as well as the rest of their DC collectible line. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus, and until next time, I'll talk to you later.